Hello, Adele Bates, Behaviour and Education Specialist here, and I wanted to jump on because I've just been writing for my book. I want to show you this because I'm proper old school. This is the whole book will first of all be written in pen and paper on a notepad that hopefully I don't lose. But this morning I was writing about free writing and about the advantages of it for a tool, both academically and for well-being and mental health in the classroom. And I was writing a small anecdote that I want to share with you because I think this could be used just all over the country, all over the world, as a really useful tool for our young people right now, considering everything that's gone on. Because if you're not sure what free writing is, I've got a blog that details everything about it in detail, what it is, the advantages academically and both for wellbeing, and also how to do it, different ideas of how to use it in your classroom for different age groups, SEND, EAL, different ways to use it. But essentially all you need to know is that it's stream of consciousness writing. So put the pen down, write and don't stop writing. For some people that might be don't stop typing, of course. So the academic side to this is that it's a muscle, it's a writing muscle. So it gets young people back into that flow of actually writing. And let's face it, some of them might not have done for a while. So this can be a really low status risk way to kind of start bringing that muscle in, which is great. It also, whether this is relevant right now or not, can be strengthening their focus and reserve around certain topics specifically for exams. So it ticks your boxes there. But the other side that I'm much more interested in now is that it gives us a space, even as adults, it can give us a space to get out the emotions, the worries, the fears, the excitements that we may have about whatever's going on. And at the moment, there's going to be a lot. And then as a teacher, it's really important, free writing is not to be marked, and I have various information about the practices of that in the blog. But as a teacher, we can keep an eye on that free writing and we can start to understand where the pupils are. And this is so good, especially for those pupils who are not going to tell you. If you're teaching a class of 34, it's unlikely within week 2, let's say, that you're going to know everybody's capacity for learning at that point. In terms of their mental health and their anxiety levels and their hopes and dreams for what's going to happen next. So the anecdote I was thinking about was a few years ago. I had a year 8 class and there was a girl in that class who her behaviour was getting in the way of her learning, but not in the usual way that most of my younger people with behaviour issues have. But so for her, she was an incredibly shy, timid young person, and this formed a barrier in the classroom. I was teaching English, so it meant that she wouldn't ask if she didn't understand. And if I forgot to check up on her at the start of the lesson, it could mean I could get to the end of the lesson, have a look at her book, and she'd made no progress whatsoever because she'd misunderstood a key concept at the start or just given up. But she wouldn't articulate that. She would never participate in group discussions, speaking and listening, and she would only do group work or partner work if she was with one other friend. So really her behaviour was a barrier to her learning. And it was free writing that unlocked this for me, because it was free writing that enabled me to create a stronger relationship with her that ultimately meant she could trust me and therefore progress academically. So it was one Friday, I'd had a look through her free writing and I'd noticed she'd got a hockey tournament at the weekend. And I forced myself to remember this for Monday. We got to Monday, I was on the threshold doing my shaky hands, hashtag shaky hands, poor dicks. And she came in and all I said to her was, "Oh, how did the tournament go?" And this pupil was absolutely flabbergasted because firstly, she'd forgotten she'd even written it down in the free writing. Secondly, she knew for a fact she hadn't told me because we weren't having kind of proper conversations at this point. And thirdly, she was completely overwhelmed that I cared and that I showed an interest in her and that I saw her as more than a person who needs to learn how to analyse a poem. And it was this point that turned our relationship and turned her progress in the classroom, because thanks to that little moment of connection, she was able to start trusting me. And so she started asking when she couldn't understand, and she started to gain confidence with me, knowing that I really did care about her. And over the year that I was with her, she started to very, very slowly improve. Because she was asking for help, she understood concepts more, which meant she was able to access the work more. And at the end of the year, I was absolutely thrilled myself to be able to ring home with a positive phone call to celebrate with her parents that she was now participating in class discussions, which she had not done at the start of the year. So what free writing does, and the reason I'm so enthusiastic about it, is because last weekend I did a talk for Global Brew Ed Isolation. I think the recording will be coming out soon. Thanks, Graham, Ed and Ben. And my topic there was safety and wellbeing first, learning second. And I talked about how important it is in this bizarre time that the pupils feel safe before we ask them to start doing big learning academic stuff that's challenging for them. Well, free writing is one of those tools. Free writing is one of those transitionary tools that can be used, as I keep saying, because I'm advocating it so much, academically and for well-being, to help our pupils with this challenging time. My book, Miss I Don't Give a Shit, is due out next year, 2021, with Sage Education, and there's a blog about that as well. Do get in contact if you want to know more about free writing. I'm feeling a webinar coming on. I think we could do some really good work around this. Let me know if you'd be interested. All right, take care. I hope you're doing well. Thank you.